diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Ooh, we're here. Checking. Okay. Hello, Cotton. What you doing? Hey, Ronan. Ronan, everybody. I wish I could fly. Oh. I'll get started in just a minute here. Living with cats. Living with cats. Where's the other? Okay, dude. We're going to get started here real quick, I promise. Thanks for hanging in. All right, all right. Need some loving. Everybody needs some loving, huh? Yeah. But kitty cats are special. I have a thing for kitty cats. They either love me or they hate me. Right? When I was, I believe I was like 7 or 8. I was outside playing in the yard, you know, where we belonged when we were kids, by myself. There was anybody else. And neighbor's cat came over. You saying hi, and I was petting him and stuff. And I'm petting him, he's on my lap, and he starts to poop on my lap, right? I like freak out because I'm a little kid. Oh, the kitty cat's pooping on me. Kitty cat's pooping. I go into my parents, I'm like, the cat pooped on me, and they're looking at me weird. And they go out because it was really weird because it was white poop. And it turned out she was having her babies on me. Yep. So since that day, I've been marked. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host, the hostess with the mostest. Here he comes. Oh, ow. If you're here, please say hello. Oh, you do. And if you think this video might help others or you like it, please share it. You cannot share it from the group, so you got to do it from my page. I made it very difficult for you to help me out that way. So, all right, Kitty, we got to get serious here. So, you got to go. Gotta go. In fact, okay. He's leaving. Okay. He likes to troll around and he'll do things like pull my internet cord out. So, yeah, it's been a while since I've talked on this topic. Refreshing. And there's very good reasons as to why we do not make major changes in the first year. What are some major changes? Job hopping. We recommend that unless you're not working, then probably help you find a job. Okay. What else? No new relationships, especially of the intimate variety. And I guess the chat is not working. So I apologize for that. I don't know what's going on. Let's see if I can put in a message. But I'm doing it from Restream. Yeah, it's working from Restream, so that means that it's a Facebook problem. I apologize, but I know you're here. I know you're here. I'm gonna have to get in touch with Restream about a few things. So, major changes. What tends to be the two major changes that people will try and make? Well, we get into the program and we lose our best friend, which is alcohol. But there's a part of us that still needs that thrill. It's still going after that drama. It's still feeling like you need to fill that hole in your tummy. And so, we go through our minds and it starts to look for the easier, softer way. And what it's going to do is it's going to go after one of two things: money or sex. Okay. You're not getting into a relationship. That's not what's happening. No, it's about what is happening there is that newcomer is using somebody else again for their emotional sobriety. Well, I'm going to get with this person, they're going to get me well, and then suddenly they're not in AA anymore. And you'll usually find out that this other person is probably a narcissist. What's going to happen then? I'll tell you what's going to happen then. See, you were easily manipulated into something. This person is probably going to start physically abusing you. No changes in the first year. There's great reasons for it. What's another great reason for no changes in the first year? You couldn't handle relationships before. You're a month sober. You can do it now. Come on. It's actually gonna take you more than a year to get yourself back to a place where you're well enough to even be in a relationship. And for those that were married and still married, we understand it because it takes a lot more work when there's a relationship involved. Okay? Stay single, for God's sakes. Become worth having. Become worth having. Isn't that what we're striving for? Why are you going to jump into something that, number one, just isn't suited for you? Okay? What is this called? It's called denial. And it won't work. Nope. That's why extremely pretty women in the program have a very hard time. Right? The stuff that I've noticed. What else? Don't become a recovery coach. See, you're going to actually have people approach you, especially if you got well too quick. Okay. Some of us grasp onto this pretty quick. Okay. No, it's still going to take a year. Just because you grasp the program doesn't mean you dealt with your fucking trauma yet and you have trauma. Chris's is working. That's weird. So maybe it's not a Facebook thing. Continue. You're out of here, dude. You're going crazy. You're going to knock something over and get in trouble. What's the intent? Okay. And you will have people that try and pull you when you have a short amount of sobriety and say, you don't need that AA. Come over here. The grass is greener over here. Those people usually come in the guise of a pastor or a reverend. I do not trust pastors or reverends in the program. I don't trust anybody. What I do is I trust that you're human. Okay? I give respect, not trust. Trust kind of comes with some experience. There's legitimate trust, like I was just telling my kids, that it's nice that I can leave the house and that there's people here that I can trust. I couldn't trust my roommates before and stuff, and that sucked. That made it tough. So, for me, it took well over a year before I was anywhere near ready to even sponsor people 4 years. I had 4 years before I started sponsoring people because my trauma came up to the top, man, because I didn't deal with it before. So just because you feel well today doesn't mean that your trauma is not going to come back. It popped its ugly head out of nowhere. I was grocery shopping. I think I was picking out cookies. Okay. So when we say no major changes in the first year, there is a reason. Okay. Okay. Well, I only drank for 5 years. Okay. Okay. It's still going to take you at least a year. Okay. Because you were born an alcoholic. Because you were born an alcoholic. I've always been a cheating, lying, manipulative little shit since the day I was born. I pushed my boundaries. And it's funny because now I'm watching my grandson do it. I know exactly what he's doing because he's run around like me. He loves to be the center of attention. Sound familiar? Got a great set of brown eyes too. Beautiful kid. Beautiful kid. Your brain ain't ready. And I don't care who you are. Well, I only drank for, no, it doesn't matter. You were an alcoholic your whole life. You had, okay, the trauma, my trauma happened before my drinking career. The trauma happened before. It's one of the excuses that I use to go out and drink. Okay. Not only that, but a person who has not had a spiritual awareness still hates alcohol. Okay. And that is an alcoholic mind. I don't hate alcohol. It serves its purpose too much. Okay. But I don't need it anymore. Okay. That hole has been filled. But it took hard work. It took me 4 years to fill that freaking hole, man. We're asking to do a year. In the scheme of things, that ain't nothing. That is nothing. The first time I got sober, I was 18. Was I as bad off as the rest of the people in there? Yes. And I can tell you now, they never gave me the chance to use the excuse of, well, I'm a lot younger than you or anything like that. No, they sat me down. They said, Dion, you're here. This is the last block on the house. You are a page 21 drunk. You are a hopeless alcoholic. And they were correct. They were right. And I stayed there for a year. At 18. So don't tell me it can't be done. It does kind of drive me crazy when I have a friend and they get back into the program and they're back in a relationship. Oh, this person's going to save me. We all know how that's going to turn out. We know what's going to happen. They're in a dangerous situation. Do you know what we alcoholics and addicts do? We put ourselves in dangerous situations. In a month, 6 months, or even 2 years of sobriety isn't going to change all that. It's going to take years upon years. Okay? I'm going to give you an example of what time is. So when somebody says something like, my name is Dion and I'm a person in long-term recovery, I'm going to assume or presume that you have over 10 years of sobriety. Because in AA, a long timer and old timer is considered 10 plus years. You cannot even circuit speak for AA until you have 10 years. Why? Because you need to do the frickin' work. And until you are sponsoring people successfully, okay, and successfully does not mean they get and stay sober. That's not what that means. It means you're staying sober. Okay. I'm getting ready to put together recovery coaching stuff. Yes, we're going to be training recovery coach. It's a lot of stuff they can't stop now. Okay. The first two requirements. Number one, you must have at least 1 year of sobriety. At least. Number two, you must have done the steps. I don't care if it was AA. I don't care if it was Smart Recovery. I don't care if it was Celebrate Recovery. I don't care if it was ACA, NA, CA. Doesn't matter to me. You got hundreds to choose from. Pick one. Third one, you must be sponsoring people. If you're not sponsoring people, I will not train you to be a recovery coach. You're not ready. You're not ready. Oh, I'm ready. No, you're not. We have proven this over and over and over and over again. Okay? And what we're doing is we're just trying to fill that hole in our stomach. Okay? So it's usually people that go to AA that still find it wanting. They do not want to find the higher power. They would rather go into another abusive relationship than believe in a higher power. Okay? So, and that's across the board. Nobody gets weller quicker than anybody else. That's not how it works. Okay? Yes, I'm a quality over quantity type of person. Okay? But there are some things that take time, and healing is one of them. Yes, we alcoholics and addicts are amazing people. We bounce back. We do this, we do that. But that does not mean that it isn't going to take time. Okay? Otherwise, you will do something unethical. You will. And you'll think you're doing the right thing, but you won't be. What you'll be doing is what the other person is telling you to do. And remember, that's the same person that pulls people out of AA and makes them recovery coaches. So you really want to listen to that person. I don't. So, all right, I got to go set up for a podcast. Got another one. Did one yesterday. Get used to them. I've got 8 of them now. 8. They're not all mine. They're not all mine. I've gotten into doing a lot of producing. How I ended up doing that, I have no idea, but I am. It's what God's asking me to do it. It's not something I really want to do. I don't think I'm all that great at it, but other people do. So I'm going to rely on what God is saying and not what my brain is telling me. See, that's the difference. Otherwise, I wouldn't have those. I wouldn't be where I'm at. It was a gift from God, and I'm going to take it. I love you all. Thank you for being here, Chris and Ingrid. I hope you're all doing good. I love you. Peace out, and have a day.